Okay, so those regions that we had, they'll probably be all we need to do with. We probably don't need to split this up any further. Now, the most important thing though is that we need to create an existing surface out of this. This is all of these surfaces here at the moment are existing topography. That's where the ground level lies at the moment. So if I select this piece here now and make that, or I can select all of them actually, I can put a window through all of these pieces of topography and right click and have a look at their element properties. At the moment you can see their phase created is on new construction. Let's make the phase created for all of those, drop that down and make the phase created existing, because that's existing soil. We're then going to do a graded region in a second, which will change the levels of those. Okay, so that's where the existing soil lies at the moment. So the next thing we're going to do now, and its most important step, you must change the topography to a phase called existing, or a phase earlier than your current phase. Our current phase is new construction, and so a phase before new construction was existing. Now, I'm then going to do a graded region, and the region I'm going to select to start with, we can just select this top one here, this top option when we do graded region. It says select the topo surface to grade, and it's saying that the existing topo surface is going to be demolished. We've made it existing, so it's going to be demolished on the existing phase, and a matching topo surface is going to be created in the current phase. And then we're going to be able to edit the levels of the matching topo surface that's in the current phase, which is new construction. So we'll end up with two topo surfaces. One will be existing at the levels they are at the moment, and one will be new. So we'll just select this top one through here and select this piece here that is and the best place to select it is on a contour line. So come into the middle, touch a contour line through there, and that was the piece of topography that I'm editing. If I go to some other level like basement now, or possibly even site, no, I'll have to go to site plan. If I go to site plan so I can see topography, and make sure you turn on wireframe. That way you're going to be able to see through everything. Now, what we've got is a whole lot of points here which are the levels of the topography at the moment. If you select on one of those, you can change its elevation. Now if I just temporarily go back to basement floor here, I can see that the elevation of this is 96.45 meters. I would like my topography to be graded up to 200 millimeters lower than that, because we've got a 150 millimeter slab with a 50 millimeter sand bed. So if I change the elevation of all the points underneath that piece of topography to 96.25, I'd be having the right effect. So I'll go back to the site plan, and I'll pick all of these points, and when I've got all of those points selected, I'll change this to 96250 and press enter, and then finish the surface. Now the effect that's created, if I go back to a 3D view through here, is you can see I've got the existing surface which I'm highlighting now, and that was moved to a phase called existing. But underneath it, and we can even double check that, let's right click and go element properties, see it's on phase created existing, but then straight underneath that I've also got this one, so I'll just orbit up underneath, which is now nice and flat at the right level, and if I have a look at the properties of that, the element properties of that, it's on phase created new. So we've got one of them that's nice and flat at the right levels and phase created new, and we've got the existing ground down here at phase created existing. Now we're just going to do that to the same for all of these other pieces. So once again I'll do a graded region. Might as well do this other one. Now this bit in here underneath the top floor will be the next one that I'll do. What's going to occur, probably this contour line here is the best place to pick it up from, to make sure you get the right surface on the inside. Then I'm going to go to, once again, the site plan view, and I'll just double check what we want it to be. So factory floor, the factory floor RL is 99.050. I want to go 200 millimeters below that for the thickness of the slab, so it's going to be 98,850. So if I go back to site plan, all of these levels here change to 98,850 and press enter, and then finish that surface. And in 3D you can also see the effect that we've got happening through there. We've got a new surface has been created at the right levels. So just a little bit more of the same. I'll do another graded region, and this time I'm just going to select this second option, which only gives you points around the outside, which is probably a little bit more of what you need most of the time. And then I'm going to select very carefully, I'm going to select the ramp piece, go to the site plan. Okay, now what I'm going to do in this particular case is I'm going to put a window around all of the points except for the points on the end two lines, and then I'm going to delete all of those points. So these points through here can have a level, and these points up through here are going to have another level. Now the level these will have will be the same as the basement, because that's the base of the ramp. So at the basement level, that was 96.25 to be underneath the slab. So back up to site. So these points here, their elevation changes to 96,250. Press enter. Now these pieces here, the top of the slab outside the building is at RL 99, so these are going to be 200 below that. So a window around them, and they become 98,800, and press enter, and then finish that surface. And then in 3D, this is what we've got happening. So orbit round a little bit. We've got the original surface in there, and then we've got the sloping ramp surface. So I'm just trying to select here that we've just created like that. So it's just a little bit more of the same, but I'll stop the video at that point. We'll come back and finish the last one in the next video.